Greetings! In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of doing your first bug hunt. I've had quite a few people that have asked about how to uncompress, modify your files, test your code, and then recompress your folder and upload it. So let me walk you through that process real quick. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log into Sakai. And your screen will look slightly different than mine, and that's because I'm going in at first as an instructor and then I'm switching over to a student. And also, your resolution on your monitor is probably higher. I brought this down so it's easier for you to see on the videos. Alright, then I'm going to click on Assignments, and I'm going to click on, well, in this case it's the first bug hunt. On each of these bug hunts, you're going to see under web page files right here as part of the instructions to download the following files. The one that you want to download for sure is this bug hunt source code. So click on that and it's going to, you'll be prompted to download the file. Now what I'll usually do if it's something that I'm working on right now, I'll have a folder somewhere in my documents or wherever you want to save it to. Or sometimes what I'll do is if it's something I'm going to use temporarily and then get rid of it or move it somewhere else, I'll go ahead and save my file to the desktop. That's what I do for all the demonstrations for you guys. So you save your file, compressed file. Okay. Now then open up Windows Explorer and then go to your desktop or wherever you saved it to. And then what you'll see is a compressed folder on your desktop. Now, for your assignment, you're going to be doing Bug Hunt 1, but I don't want to give you the answers to that, so I created another bug hunt, and I called it Bug Hunt Demo, and that's the one I'm actually going to use. So anyway, so all you need to do to decompress a folder is this. Right-click on your folder, click Extract All, and then just click Extract. And I would go ahead and check Show Extracted Files when complete, because then it just pops open a Windows Explorer session with the extracted files. Alright, so here's what you're going to see. You're going to see a folder called Bug Hunt Demo, and then there's a subfolder also called Bug Hunt Demo, or in your case it'll say Bug Hunt 1. I'm going to go ahead and go into the folder, and what I want to do first is I want to go ahead and render the web page that has the bugs just to see what it looks like at the beginning. Because when I look at this, it should give me some indications of what might be wrong. In this file here, I have to go look at the code to kind of get a sense of what's going on, but the formatting looks a little strange. And the link over here to click on this image isn't working. So the other thing I want to do too is to look at the image showing what the bug-free page should look like back in Sakai. And you'll see that at first glance there really isn't any difference. One of the things with your bug hunt that you're going to notice is that depending on your resolution, you may have all the text next to the image, or you may have some text that's wrapped around the image. It doesn't really matter because the text is going to wrap by default. Okay, but looking at this picture and looking at the code, or at this file, I'm seeing some formatting issues here. Now, one of the things you may notice too when you're working on your bug hunt is this picture has a purple link. That just means that it was visited. For example, if I click bicycle racing and then I go back, you're going to see even in my demo here that that link becomes purple. So if you see that, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Alright, so I'm seeing some issues here. So the next thing I need to do is to open up using Notepad or Notepad Plus, open up that HTML file for Bug Hunt demo, or in your case it'll be Bug Hunt 1. Now, depending on how your Notepad Plus is set up, some of you may have this button or this option, some of you may not. For those of you who do, if you right click on the HTML file you want to change, and then you might have a button that says Edit with Notepad Plus. Most of you probably do. If it's Windows 7, you most likely do. Okay. Now the other thing, if you don't have this little shortcut right here, you can click on Open With, and then you select Notepad Plus. Now if I just go and double click on this file, all it's going to do is pop it open in a web page, and that's not what I want. I actually want to edit it. So remember, right click, edit with Notepad Plus if you have that option. Worst case scenario, you open Notepad Plus and then go to File and then Open. Go to your desktop or wherever you save the folder to, and then go into the folder that you extracted and then open up the file that way. Alright, so I'm in my demo file, which is very similar to your Bug Hunt one that you're looking at. And what I'm doing is now I'm going to start looking at this code and hunt for bugs. There are 4 of them in here, just like there are in your assignment. Well, here's how I do it. First thing I do is I kind of go through line by line and I skim a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, there's a heading, there's a href tag, okay, and an image. I kind of look around a little bit and see if I see anything that stands out. And if I look, remember there are only 4 in every assignment. There are only 4 bugs. So the first one I just found here was that I have an H1 size heading, open heading, and then for my close tag it's closing H2. So there's a definite problem there. It's huge. The heading is huge on my web page, but on my image it's not nearly as big. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that's supposed to be an H2 size heading. So what I'll do now is I'm going to notate, maybe on a piece of paper or another document, what that change was, because you're going to be asked to tell me what the change was that you made. So write that down, like, okay, there's an H1 size heading, opening tag for bicycle, and it should have been H2. Okay, no big deal. Next one that I notice here is that this is a malformed attribute. It should be href with 1 F, and there are 2 Fs in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow out this extra F, save the page, render it, and then looking at the code, there should be, for this bike image, it should be an image, and then it should be a link to full-size bicycle image if I click on it. Sweet, and it is. Okay, so now that link works. So I now have 2. I have 2 more to go. Well, that's weird. Why would you put an underline there? There's no closing UL tag in this first paragraph. Let's go look at our image. Yeah, there are no underlined code here other than this link, which is underlined by default. So I'll bet that's wrong. So I can either blow out this UL, or I can go ahead and do a closing UL tag and see if I render that, how that looks. Yeah, I'm thinking it probably shouldn't be there. Alright, so let's blow out that single opening UL tag here. Okay. And let's go render our file again, and what I should see is, my formatting go back to normal. Yeah, look at that. That's perfect. All right. So I have one more. Okay. Ah, I found it. All right. Now, here's what you're going to see. If you're using Notepad+, you have some syntax that is easily highlighted, and our Notepad+ will highlight your syntax. So if you notice, on each of these paragraphs, you have an opening and closing paragraph, and they're highlighted if you click on any of these tags. Now, when I go down to this last paragraph, it looks kind of weird because when I click on this open paragraph tag, it doesn't show me any closing tags. To me, that means there's an issue. Okay. And there it is. I found it. There's an extra P in the closing P tag for that last paragraph. Now, if I blow this out, and again write down what I found, you'll see that I have an opening tag and a closing tag, and they are in the same paragraph, and I think that's it. Pretty sure I fixed it. Look at that. All right. So everything looks great. So I've fixed this web page. Now, here's the last thing that I need to do. I'm going to go back to my desktop where I originally saved these files. And I'm going to go into that Bug Hunt demo, or in your case it'll be the Bug Hunt 1 folder, not the compressed folder. You'll see that there's a difference. You'll see that right here it says file folder versus on the compressed folder it says compressed zip folder. Make sure you're in this file folder. And then you'll see that when you go into that first file folder, you will see the second one because I extracted. Right click on the folder, go to send to, compressed zipped folder. Now, here's what I would do. Right here where it says Bug Hunt demo, or in your case it'll say Bug Hunt 1, I'm going to put an underscore and then my first name and then my last name. Okay. It makes it easier for me as an instructor to grade this when I know that it's you in the folder name. You don't have to do that, but I would highly recommend it. Now, you have your compressed folder that you're going to submit for grading. So now let's go into Sky. In my case, I left it open because I knew I'd be back. Go to Assignments, Bug Hunt 1. You're going to want to select your attachments for your computer. Click Choose File. Back to your desktop. Bug Hunt Demo in my case, Bug Hunt 1 in your case. And then you'll see that compressed folder that you made earlier. Okay. Go ahead and double click on that one, and then you'll click Submit, and then you'll get a little window that says you've submitted. I'm not going to do that because I'm not a student, and that might cause some issues. And that's it. That's how you download, decompress, edit the file, test the file. Certain things to look for when you're editing. How to recompress that folder, okay, that you decompressed earlier, and then change the name on it so it has your first name and last name on it. And then how to attach your finished work in assignments. So I hope this helps. If you have any other questions at all, just shoot me an email and I'll help you out. Thanks.